Hi, my name is Lotfi, and as promised, I will be recording videos about the different kinds of relationships and what you can learn from them, what they bring you. And the first kind is a relationship like what I had in my mid-20s, mid-late 20s. This relationship was like a kaboom, falling in love, both of us feeling it, and then looking like, but is this safe? Because of course, if your colleagues, for example, it can be tricky, especially if you have a company where gossip is the rule. And what happened is that we just explored a bit, and then we just knew we met, and it was full from the start. I mean, after we had this first meeting where our paths crossed twice. The first one was very short interaction. The second one was longer, where we talked, and yeah, we actually discovered each other, but we didn't act. Especially I was the one who was like, oh no, this could be something really beautiful. Let's not blow it by jumping too fast. That was how I felt back then. It was also how I was trained on how to interact with women and not to go too fast and this and that. All kind of rules I had in my mind. But the good thing I did was that afterwards, when we were in contact again, I just said, let's meet. And then I just followed my heart. The moment I let go of my thoughts, just this happened. And a beautiful relationship emerged. A relationship between two young people who for the first time decided to live together as well. And a lot of challenges came on our path, and we didn't know how it was to live together. So at a certain point we got into certain kind of routines, and from there we started mirroring each other a lot. And I'm very good at pushing people's buttons. It's something I have in me. I believe it's my role in life, that when I see something that's not supposed to be there, I just point it out. If I see that somebody has huge potential, is so close to taking that step, but is scared and is staying in that fear and not looking at what he or she is great at, I may point it out. I may put my finger on it. I may start pushing. Okay, now that I'm older, I stop doing this if people are not asking for it. If people are paying me to do it, then I would definitely do it. So my clients, they get the full button push. But in that relationship, we didn't agree on that. So I saw the full potential of this woman, and she was so scared of taking that step. Well, she was even being asked to take that step, and still she was like, I'm not sure I can do it, I'm not sure. And she was really smart. And eventually she took that step, but had been pushing so hard that it affected the relationship. And it took me quite a while to actually realize how the relationship broke, because I could not see this from myself. I did not see what I was doing. The only thing I knew was that I saw this great opportunity for her, and I couldn't understand how she could not jump into it. But it was only many years later that I really understood what happened. And this brings me to the next point, which is, in love relationships, often we hold mirrors for each other. If we're not aware of this, we can get into real trouble. And even if we are aware of this, we can still get into trouble. So some people say, okay, we're just together for the love and no mirror holding, no nothing. But that's kidding yourself. That's lying to yourself. That's not gonna work. Because you met for a reason. The reason being for you, yes, to be happy, but also to grow Every meeting in your life is there to teach you something. Every experience in life is there to teach you something. So how would I do it differently? What could you do differently? Well, becoming aware of this, knowing this, accepting it, and then starting to work with it, discussing it, talking about it, saying it like, hey, I feel that I'm holding the mirror to you, or that you're holding the mirror to me, and I hate what I'm seeing. It's not I hate what you're doing, it's hate what I'm seeing in that mirror. If you say that, then the person will not feel attacked, and then you have a conversation. The moment you're not aware, it feels like that person is really bugging me, is pushing my buttons, is annoying, and then you get fights. And most fights in relationships are because buttons are being pushed. And buttons are being pushed and hurt if you're not talking about things. And I know it's difficult, and I also still make the mistake sometimes not to talk about things, or not to talk soon enough, or not to put enough priority on let's sit down and talk about this. But also sometimes we're just tired and we're not in the mood to sit and have another tough conversation. But every time you overcome such a button pushing moment, and you overcome the holding the mirror, and you do it from here, not like, oh, okay, I'm going to ignore it. No, you deal with it. But you deal with it from your heart, and you do it together. Or when you need to do something by yourself, you do it by yourself, you just inform, and hey, I need to do this by myself. And you do your thing, and then you come back. Then the relationship grows stronger. If you're trying to be a coach within the relationship, it will not work. Yes, you can share your experience, you can share your views, you can discuss things. But if you really become the coach and the coachee in a relationship, in a love relationship, it will not work. And I've also seen that a friendship between coach and coachee could also start to be shaken up once the coachee becomes as wise as the coach. They get on the same level, or in certain aspects even surpasses the coach. And then there is suddenly this balance. Why? Because the relationship started like this, and then when somebody starts to evolve, things start to The problem is often not the coachee rising, but it's the one who has been coaching, consciously or unconsciously, as officially a coach or a mentor, or a friend who's been there to support the younger one or the less experienced one, often relates so much to his or her position that he or she does not know how to behave when things change, when that person doesn't need him anymore, when there is nothing else to teach anymore, or that person grew wise enough to make his own decisions and starts to have a different view on things and starts to go a slightly different path. It's like, hey, what's happening? Hey, I don't accept this. Who are you to say that you don't accept this? It's my life, so I choose to lead it the way I want. So be careful. So these are actually two stories in one. And please be aware of how your relationships are, what they're based on. Love relationships, friendships, partnerships, any kind of relationships. You see this actually also parents, kids. When the kids grow up at a certain moment, the parents are still trying to smother their kids, still trying to protect them. Yeah, your kids don't need protecting. Your kids are growing up and they're actually growing stronger than you if you let them. And that's how they can support you one day or protect you one day. Isn't that what you want? That on your old day they're there to take care of you? Or do you want to be still the boss and the ruler? Well, fuck the boss. This whole concept of I'm older so I need to be the boss is a total bullshit. We are all born equal. We're born in different times according to the linear timeline, but maybe your kids have older souls than you. You don't know, and it's not relevant. Just respect everyone the way you would like to be respected. And this applies to any relationship, no matter where you are in the relationship. I hope this pushed some buttons inside you, this triggered something in you, and feel free to share in the comments or to reply to me directly. And let this sink in. And whatever things came up, explore them. Maybe you start realizing certain things and you can start to transform certain relationships, make them healthy. See you in the next video. And now I don't need to record a video for 3 days because I put 3 or 4 things in one. No kidding, I will try to keep recording every day. See you in the next video.